Good day, I'm Andrea Chisholm and this is your jIS News for Tuesday, January 7. Agriculture Minister Roger Clark is refuting claims of abandonment by some farmers in St. Thomas after a failure in onion crops. The 40 farmers on the Planting Gardens River Agro Park made the claim after reaping 18,000 pounds of onion from an estimated 600,000 pounds due to a faulty irrigation system. At an emergency press conference Monday, Minister Clark said the farmers were being assisted through a resuscitation plan that would allow them to benefit from the production of other crops. He said $7.5 million was injected into the plan, which is also being supported by the St. Thomas Cooperative Credit Union.
The area that they planted the onions, we decided that we would not go into onion in that area for the succeeding crop. We would put something else in, like pumpkin and pepper. Right now they have pepper in the ground. They even have Irish potato in the ground, and they are doing some work.
Under the resuscitation plan, markets have also been sourced for the crops.
We met with marketers, Spanish grain and exotic products, and one other, spiritual spices. And they committed to taking, as a part of the recovery program, 25 acres of peppers, West Indian red and Scotch bonnet, and 2 acres of cantaloupe, 10 acres, but 2 acres per period.
Meanwhile, Minister Clark says a new pump has been bought and is to be installed shortly. Farmers are also to benefit from expert assistance and training in relation to onion production. The Department of Correctional Services DCS is close to appointing a pharmacist to work in the correctional system. DCS made the disclosure in response to public concerns about the prolonged vacancy, adding that efforts to correct the situation have been ongoing. The department says for 20 years there has been no such established post, and it was only in August of last year that the Finance Ministry granted permission to employ 3 pharmacists on a sessional basis. As a result, 6 applicants for the post are scheduled to be interviewed this week. In the meantime, medication to inmates is dispensed based on prescriptions written by medical doctors at the correctional facilities. A pharmacy technician and a registered nurse fill the prescriptions, which are then checked off and recorded by inventory clerks under the oversight of the consultant medical officer. Jamaica's Chief Justice Zayla McCalla says greater strides will be taken this year towards the full implementation of criminal case management in the country's courts. Criminal case management is an administrative hearing to resolve issues in a case and to ensure that everything is ready before the matter is set for trial.
Otherwise, as I have noted on many occasions, trials of matters will proceed with seemingly no end in sight, and this situation is to be avoided at all costs.
The Chief Justice was speaking at the swearing-in of 5 judges at King's House Monday. Come March 2014, it will be mandatory for 3 main categories of persons to electronically file their tax returns. This applies to large taxpayers, companies with an annual turnover of $500,000 or more, persons filing a GCT refund return, and employers with 20 or more employees. Director of Communications at Tax Administration Jamaica, TAJ Maris Horton, says the mandatory e-filing system will benefit taxpayers as well as the tax system.
There's a convenience of it, the cost saving in terms of filing online, filing and paying online. They can do so. And in respect of the payment, persons can use a credit card to make their payment. For the larger payments, we actually have a system in place where they can actually pay through direct banking.
The mandatory e-filing was made possible following an amendment to the Revenue Administration Act, which gives the TAJ's Commissioner General the authority to state how and when tax returns are filed. And finally, the Education Minister has offered his support to the students and staff at the Mona Heights Primary who are grieving following the fatal shooting of one of their teachers, Paul Watson. Minister Thwaites, who has condemned the killing, visited the institution on Monday along with a trauma response team. They offered grief counseling and support for teachers and students.
We must infuse into every word we say, every action that we perform in this school and elsewhere, a deep reverence for life, for every life.
The Education Ministry also offered its condolences to friends and family of Mr. Watson. And that's it for jIS News today. I'm Andrea Chisholm. Thank you for watching.